Good evening, YouTube. Dave here from Funky Sloth Comic and Collectibles, and today is Sunday, March 28th, 2021. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. Being today is a Sunday, it is time for my weekly movie TV talk. And we got a few items to talk about today. Before I get started my video, as always, quick weather report from here in Ludlow. Looking out the window right now, and it is raining. Raining hard, cold, dreary, windy. Only got up to like 40 degrees today. Thank God it's not snow. But it's just a miserable day. But the snow is melting, so that's a good thing. Alright, let me put my glasses on so I can read my notes as I go. So my first topic for today is topic number 1, which is the Black Adam movie. Black Adam, which finally starts shooting in this coming May, has cast Pierce Brosnan as Kent Nelson, a.k.a. Dr. Fate. I love the character Dr. Fate. Think of him as Marvel's Doctor Strange. Pretty much all the same type of powers, except Dr. Fate actually has superhuman strength. Pierce Brosnan, excellent actor. Been around a long time. And, he started in different roles, all the way from James Bond to, I can't remember his name, but he was in Mrs. Doubtfire. He was great in that. Rest in peace to Robin Williams. Remington Steele, and so many other movies and TV shows. I mean, he's a great actor. So what this tells me is DC is, I think they're going all in on this Black Adam movie with who they've cast so far. So you've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam, Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. You've got Aldous Hodge as Carter Hall, a.k.a. Hawkman. You've got Noah Centineo as the Atom Smasher. You've got Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone. It's a pretty good list of characters there, and this movie should be a great follow-up to Shazam 1 and 2. No, the Shazam 2 comes out after it. That's our next subject. But what I'm really excited about this movie, other than the Black Adam, is the introduction to the JSA members, who the JSA stands for Justice Society of America, who I think are so underrated in the world of comic books and comic book movie talk or TV shows. They're some of the best characters in DC actually are out of the JSA. And this movie is scheduled to be released in later 2022. So what are we? We'll say we're April 1st, 2021. So we're probably looking at a year and a half. September, October of 22. So you figure they start shooting next month? Yeah. I think we'll see it in September or October of 2022. Could be November. That brings us directly into topic number 2, which is Shazam. Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Everybody knows that, to me, Shazam is probably my second favorite movie in the DC universe that they've done. You got Man of Steel, then probably Shazam, and then the new Zack Snyder Justice League cut. But anyways, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, has casted the great Helen Mirren, who's a phenomenal actress. They cast her as Hespera, who is going to be the villain. She is the daughter of the god Atlas. Now, the role is being made for the movies. As in the comics, she's really never ever mentioned. A few times here and there, but she's not mentioned as a villain or a hero. She's just mentioned, but she's not. So they're creating this role for the movie. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. So she's the god of Atlas. So does she have the strength? Does she have the same things as Shazam and Black Adam do? Because they're all in the same family. So, but that movie is scheduled to be released. Is actually June 23rd of 2023. So we're just over 2 years out from that movie. I'm looking forward to that movie, as I am Black Adam. I think DC will hit them out of the park. If they are anything like the first Shazam, they're going to be great movies. So I'm looking forward to both of those movies. Topic number 3, which is Black Widow. Oh, I feel sorry for this movie. I really do. I mean, do I think Black Widow deserves her own standalone film? No. And I explained that in one of my previous videos. However, this movie now has been pushed to July. It was supposed to be released this coming May, but if you remember prior to that, they were supposed to be February, then prior to that, it was supposed to be all the way to last March. So this movie's been getting jerked around the chain all because of COVID, which is too bad. I'm looking forward to actually seeing Red Guardian in the movie, played by David Harbour, and Taskmaster, which is one of my favorite villains in Marvel. Let's see. So yeah, this time it's scheduled for July 9th release. So Disney Plus and the MCU have decided they're going to release it theatrical and on Disney Plus. If you decide to watch it on Disney Plus, it's going to cost you $30. Which, when you really think about it, if you went to the movie theater with two people, it would cost you $30 just in the tickets. So $30 isn't too bad, but if I'm going to pay $30, I'm going to go to the movie theater where I get the full screen experience. I mean, granted, I got a 68-inch TV, so it's nice. But movies like this, you have to see on the big screen. I mean, I understand this move and why the $30 fee for Disney Plus. As while this movie is sitting there, it isn't earning them a dime. It is actually costing them money to keep it sitting there. So moving the movie to July, when hopefully the theaters will be at least up maybe 50%, maybe a little more for capacity, and charging on Disney Plus will at least help cover some of the costs for the producing the movie. But this movie, in the long run, is going to cost Disney money. This is not going to make back what it costs to make the movie. I don't believe. If it does, that's great. But I think come July, these people are going to still be a little weary about going out to theaters unless it's at a 50% capacity. I'm torn between if I'm going to actually watch it on Disney Plus for $30. But like I said, it all depends on how the whole COVID crap is going on at that time if I go to the theaters. But we'll see. I mean, I just don't see. I guess the production was around $200 million from what I heard. That's a lot of money to be making on, just Disney Plus and limited theatrical seating. We'll see. I hope it makes its cost, and I hope it makes money. But who knows in this strange time. So, topic number 4 brings us to the Suicide Squad trailer. So the new trailer for Suicide Squad just dropped the other day. And it was pretty damn good. Everyone looked good in their roles. Idris Elba, John Cena, Margot Robbie, King Shark looked pretty good. But the CG was a little off on him. The trailer looked good overall. Still trying to figure out what the story is. Who's the main villain? I have an idea of who the main villain is by what the trailer showed. But, it didn't really give you what what they were out to do, the Suicide Squad themselves. I'm hoping to see that in the theaters. That comes out on August 6th of 2021. So hopefully by August, things will be a lot better. But, yeah, I'm hoping to go see it at theaters. The first trailer looked good, and it can't be any worse than that shit show the first Suicide Squad movie was. That was a bad movie. The first chapter was good. Second was good. The third chapter was just not good. It was all over the place. The villain was bad. The story was bad. It was just a bad movie. But hopefully this one comes out and kicks butt, because some of the characters actually I enjoy. So watch that trailer. Also, this is a reminder for topic number 5. This is a reminder, Godzilla vs. Kong comes out this Wednesday, March 31st. And initial reports I'm reading online are really encouraging. No spoilers, nobody's talking spoilers because they can't. But everybody that's coming out talking about it saying, if you want fights with Godzilla and Kong, you're going to get them. And I'm seeing grades of B plus, C plus. Hey, as long as I'm not going to Godzilla vs. Kong to watch a great Oscar-winning performance by the actors. You got to have some sort of story, so I understand they're going to be there in little bits and pieces. I'm going to Godzilla vs. Kong to watch Godzilla and Kong kick each other's ass, and just to see the great fight scenes. So I'm looking forward to it. So that brings us into our main topic, which is, let me set my notes back up here because this fell. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta clean my desk off so I can make more room on there. So, topic number 6, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 2. Let me just start off by saying this series so far has been okay. I'm not. It hasn't knocked me over. WandaVision, the first couple episodes were just okay, but in the end, it is just great TV series. So I'm hoping this one starts to take off. So in this episode, we get to start off this episode with John Walker, who is the new Captain America. He's actually making his debut on Good Morning America. While this is going on, you got Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. They're just irked that the government took the shield that Sam gave them for the museum and gave it to a new Captain America. I still don't think he's going to be Captain America throughout the thing. I think you're going to see him turn into U.S. agent. But that's, that's, as we'll, hopefully we'll find that out as we go on. They're both of them are irked about that. They definitely have different priorities on what they want to do with their lives right now. I mean, Sam is on a mission to find out who the Flag Smashers are. They're that anarchist group who prefers the blip life. When the blip happened, half the people end up missing. But they also appear to have a few super strong people as well of their own. I mean, Bucky he wants Sam to take back the mantle of Captain America. Maybe for his own reasons, to help him with his journey to redemption. It's complicated, but the good thing about this episode is we actually got to see those two finally be together on screen, Sam and Bucky. I mean, you figured that when they gave the new Captain America the shield, it prompts Bucky to seek out Sam, who is on his way. He's about to fly to Munich to find out who these Flag Smashers are. And he tells him, Sam, you have no right to give up the shield. And Sam responds to him saying, look, hey, this is not what you're going to do. Let me quote it here. This is not what you're going to do. You're not going to come in here in your overextended life and tell me about my rights. So, again, we get to finally see Bucky and Sam interact. And this is what I'm liking about this show. The one thing I do, this is like a Marvelized action buddy comedy. One of the best parts of this show is they actually go into a therapy session with Bucky's doctor, and they're pissing and moaning against each other, bickering. They actually get into a staring contest, and bickering over the best way to fend off the bad guys. But it also allows them to take time to figure out who they are supposed to be. And neither one of them are going to be Steve Rogers, never will be Steve Rogers. And they actually come to realize that. They're not Steve. You can't replace Captain America unless you bring back Steve Rogers. Bucky sees it this way. If Steve was wrong about giving the shield to Sam, he believes that he might also be wrong about Bucky's potential to be a better person. And you can actually see this is the driving force in Bucky right now. He's trying to become a better person with the crap he went through in his past. Trying to forgive himself, come to grips that he was an assassin. He killed people. He killed the wrong people sometimes. He killed good people sometimes. But that's his dilemma in his life right now. Then we go to see John Walker. He's thinking about all the expectations that he has on him. Like anyone stepping into, again, Steve's shoes is weighing really heavy on his shoulders. And so he has a sidekick, and his name is Lamar Hoskins, aka Battlestar. Not a fan of the actor. I'm not getting into this guy's acting. He's taking me out of each scene he's been in. I don't know what it is about him. I'm not getting into it. But he does warn John, aka Captain America, you can't punch his way out of this one, which means the whole situation that's going. And you understand that John Walker, just wants to do the right thing. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to do the right thing. And he just wants to be the best Captain America he can be. Which I think is going to go against him in the long run. The way I'm looking at things right now, it looks like it's going to go against him in the long run. But he is having issues working with people. Even though this guy, his backstory, he's the first person to win 3 Medal of Honors in U.S. military history. But he's having, in my opinion, a hard time working with other people. He wants to be in charge, yet Sam and Bucky are like, you're not in charge of us. We're independent. And, he spies on Sam and Bucky. I think Walker, he wants to work with him. But he really sounds like he wants to have Sam and Bucky work for him, which Steve Rogers never did. Steve was about having everybody help everybody. And that's why I think eventually you're going to see Sam, I hope, take the shield, and then you'll see Walker become U.S. agent. So we get to Munich, in the area of Munich, and they get into a fight with the Flag Smashers on a train, which reveals that there are 8 more super soldiers of varying strengths. So over the last 80 years in the MCU, you've only been thinking of Cap and Bucky as having the super soldier serum injected into them. However, we're finding out these people possibly have that serum as well. The leader, who is a Carly Morgenthau, who's the leader of the group, she is a beneficiary of the serum. She's hailed as a legend and a freedom fighter. You know what they say, one person's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist. After the fight, she's seeking refuge for herself and her comrades as they outrun Cap, Battlestar, Bucky, and Sam. But she's also trying to outrun somebody by the name of the Power Broker, which I don't know. This has got to be a new character because it does not ring a bell to me. So she's on the run from our group and this guy, or a group, or a person, female, male, whatever, the Power Broker. So they're trying to change the world back to the pre-blip. How they're going to do that is unclear. I don't think they can, because you got to have the gauntlet. She wants to help those who've been displaced by the blip, but she's somebody, somebody's helping her to formulate more super soldier serum. Go back to Bucky and Sam. Bucky knows somebody from a long time ago that might be able to help him out. This is where it got cool for me, because before I get into it, I've been cramming my brain today trying to figure out what cartoon episode I saw this in. It's a cartoon with Captain America where he actually meets up with some other heroes that had the super serum prior. So if anybody knows that, let me know. So now we're going to go back to where we're at. So Bucky and Sam go meet Isaiah Bradley in Baltimore, revealing that he's known for decades that another super soldier is out there, and this other super soldier was Isaiah Bradley. He's a black guy who gets into it with Bucky and says, last time I saw you was in Korea in 1951, and that's when Isaiah ripped half of Bucky's bionic arm off. They get into a little, little heated argument, and Bucky says, "Hey, I'm not a killer anymore." Isaiah says, "You just can't wake up one day and decide what you want to be." So he's pretty much telling him, "Look, you can say you're not a killer anymore, but you still are." Isaiah, when Isaiah came home from the Korean War, he wasn't given a hero's welcome like a lot of people were. He instead, the government put him in jail for 30 years. This is his story. Put him in the jail for 30 years, and they experimented with his super soldier blood. So the super soldier blood was out there, so somebody had to grab it and make more serum out of it. Because if you remember the Captain America books in the movie, it was destroyed in an explosion. So, no, it hasn't. So it's still out there. So they experimented with his blood, and he was also known as the Black Captain America. He's one of the handful of super soldier survivors, he says. But the U.S. government did experimentation on black soldiers during this time. Kind of like, if you remember in real life, if you're a history buff, the Tuskegee Airmen, black air group in World War II, they actually tested syphilis on them. Government for you. But the Tuskegee Airmen is one of the greatest fighter wings the U.S. Army Air Corps at that time ever saw, and they actually go down in the history as one of the best flying units to ever fly for the United States Air Force or Army Air Corps at that time. So they leave there after getting in an argument, saying Isaiah's like, I don't want to see you guys again, blah blah blah. So they actually end up saying, well, we know somebody else. Well, guess who that somebody else is? Is Zemo. So they say, wait, we got to go see him. And if you remember who Zemo is, Zemo, back in Captain America Civil War, is the person that got the two factions in the Civil War to despise each other and start fighting from within, which caused the Civil War, which in my opinion, Civil War is one of the best MCU movies of all time. So now they know Zemo. Zemo knows something, so they know that. So they got to go back and find him because he helped work on the Hydra, with Hydra on the super soldier serum. So, but he's locked away in a high security cell. So that's where it pretty much leaves off. So our two guys mainly, Bucky and Sam, are headed there to see him. As then you got Captain America and Battlestar, who are also working on finding the Flag Smasher group. I'm just torn on this one so far. It's good. Not a fan of the actor playing Battlestar at all. Now the actor, I can't remember his name, who's playing Captain America. What's his name? Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell is doing a great job as John Walker, a.k.a. Captain America, a.k.a. U.S. Agent. I'm just hoping that we only have 4 episodes left. There's only 6 episodes in this, so they got a lot of stuff to get moving here in these next 4 episodes. So, we'll see. Right now, I would give this episode and the last episode, if I was going to say it was do each episode a grade, I'd give them 7s. They're okay. They just got a lot more storytelling to do, and they got to get to it. They only have 4 episodes left. All right, guys, that's my movie TV talk video for the day. Let me know how you, if you like my new microphone. I think it's working okay. Reminder, Wednesday, Godzilla vs. Kong. Next Friday is my bi-weekly movie video, and that will be discussing my top 16 Western TV shows. As of 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago, it was my top 16 Western movies. This one will be my Western TV shows. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Remember, watch what you want to watch. Enjoy it. And if you have any topics you'd like to see brought up, hey, give me a comment and I will talk about them. All right, guys, have a good night.